Hello everyone, my name is Bekir Otakush, reaching you from Kampala, Uganda. I'm here to make a short introduction of Sanalo Tagar. In this short introduction, you're going to see everything you can do with Sanalo Tagar and specifically understand why it should be considered the best bus ticket booking system in the market. In order to have a better understanding of why Sana Lotogar, we need to take a closer look at the distinctive characteristics of the sector, some in common, some specific, special to Turkey. Actually, we have a very good idiomatic expression in Turkish. It is explaining the situation very well. It is unclear whose hand is in whose pocket. Yeah, actually, no other sector could ever be more tempted to face such a level of operational errors and endless disputes between customers, counter clerks, independent agents, bus owners, operating companies, etc. But the real nightmare, the most painful part is account reconciliation in between. So to speak, how to share money. And that is the most vulnerable part of the sector, and that is the strongest part of Sanalotega. Back because these are the conditions we are aroused of. All right. So you look at that. You see, my success is depend on you. My failure is affecting you, but we are totally independent. Huh? So we can say this sector, intercity bus sector, is incorporating a bunch of different actors, varied point of interests, assorted priorities, so diverse cultures and disciplines. So it wouldn't be wrong if we say it's a huge boilerplate of different actors, independent in nature, but interdependent in practice. And there is no IATA-like regulating agency like Airways in the sector yet. And besides, the sector is not employing the most educated people either. So what is it? It is complete disorder, confusion, and chaos where we are coming out of. Yes, it was about 25 years ago, chaos evolved into solution with Sanalo Togar. History repeated itself, and chaos created its own solution and created the development. This is Sanalo Togar. Okay, as much as possible, we're going to go over this presentation. First of all, some screenshots of the screen. So the screens of the operations. Then we go over the programs itself to go more in place. And so we can say now, what you see in the screen is the ticket counter model. We're going to begin with this ticket counter module, which is the core of Sanalotega, which is containing most of the actual operations. So as a preliminary step to create the complete overview of Sanalotega before going into the great detail, which can be later elaborated. So now, in this part, we're going to look at how the system is divided into subsystems, actually processes, in 7.1, section 1, section 2, whatever. After this, we are going to go over and open the programs itself, and one by one, we are going to make some sample operations, sample processes like sales, reservations, change, whatever. So now, in this part, what we have is schedule trips, reservations, create, read, and update and delete. In computer and software developer sectors, we call this CRUD operations: create, read, update, and delete. It's a very common jargon. Okay, now let's go one by one. Let's say we divide it to the parts and sections to have a better understanding. So this part, the outer left part of the screen, is, I'm talking about this part, section 1. It's the main menu, which contains the shortcuts to the main processes, which will be elaborated later in this presentation. And it is the one that first appears once you complete the login process. You can open the ticket counter module by clicking the relevant menu. You see? So now we are going to highlight the 7 main sections, 7 main subdivisions of ticket counter modules. Let's go over one by one. Okay, this is the section 1, let's call it that. There is no numerical, it's following each other, but to have better understanding. Section 1 is containing the list of trips between certain origins and destinations. When it's compared to airlines, it is flights. You see, you can either select a specific date and n number of days ongoing. You can sort the results either by time or destination. That is the section. Okay. Now, once you select one of those trips on the list, the previous screen, like let's say we select this one. So what happens now? In this part, once you select, section 3 provides the detailed summary information relevant to that voyage, to that trip. At the same time, you see, it's a visualized seat plan. It's as a visualized virtual bus, and the seat plan of the allocated vehicle for that specific trip. We shall go into the detail of dynamic features of this part in the following sections. Let's go continue. We are now taking quick pictures, capturing. Okay, section 4 is the activity part, actual functioning part of this module, where we perform the actual operations. Read, I'm saying, you see, as you see, red and blue colors represents female and male passengers to upper right. You see that? And the other one, the blue ones are for reservations, and the other one is sales. And the left side is to cancel or modify that transaction. All right. And again, after every transaction, your operations, your process will be reflected in this section too. You can see the reserved seats, sales, and the pickup points. Like sometimes in Turkey, it's very common. You pick up some passengers on the roads and intercity deliveries. So these are the details. Okay. So this section 6, let's say, provides an option to share common announcement and notes related to that trip. So relevant users can add or view those notes and announcements, but they're not allowed to delete this. It's highly suggested by the users, actually their bosses. Okay, let's move. The last main subdivision, the status bar, at the bottom provides the session information plus the credit balance, which is going to be a subject later. It's a part of prepaid sales system. All right, now let's go over reservations and sales. Process in our system begins with selecting the seat right here. That's the first step. We click on the button shown as number 2, open the actual reservation screen. Fields, you see that the red colors, so field labels in red colors are required fields and mandatory to be filled out. You have to, it is mandatory to provide the information shown in the red color. Once completed, we click on the button marked as number 3 to finalize the reservation process. You can use copy and paste buttons shown on the number 4 in case the same user might have another transaction. It's very handy if you are if you are a clerk and that ticket counters. You know, sometimes you have to. So one passenger, one client might have multiple transactions, multiple things like reservations, buy one ticket, another one. So it is very handy. It is requested by the users, and we developed that one. Now you have completed the booking process, I mean the reservation, and the transactions is reflected in the relevant section of illustrated parts here. You see, as a reservation. So you see that the buttons on right of them is to cancel or modify. Okay. So if you select one of them, above illustration is to demonstrate the reservation change process, where we are able to modify the passenger data, his or her contact informations. So his booking options, like how long we'll keep it, and its preferred pickup points. And now we go part of sales operation. In this process, we generate new sales. I'm sorry, yeah, here. A new sale. The first screen, the name only. And the second screen, it's a step, one step, two step, because in this part we are applying a kind of confirmation if this national ID is matching with the name given. or it is COVID, so it is HES, it is the common name for COVID test results. All right, so first screen on the left is to initiating the process, where we fill out the basic contact information, such as name, country or origin, national ID number or passport number, COVID tracking codes, it is called HES, a background process run behind to verify your national ID number, as if it's matching with your name, and your COVID risk status before proceeding to the next step. We enter the other trip information on the, let's say, second screen here. Once we are directed, upon click on the bottom outer left button on the second screen, says process is finalized, and the transaction is reflected in the below screen, the following screenshot. Again, this the ticket counter module. This module, we are also able to modify sales data or cancel. First, we select the seat, click on the modify button or cancel button relevantly, and you will see following diagrams illustrate the cancellation process and modification of sales transaction. All happens through two-step verification to avoid accidental data loss. See? The second step to cancel. Two-step process, two-step verification, confirmation. Okay. Now, sometimes we might need to change the seat of any passenger in between with another seat in the same trip, or sometimes we may need to transfer the same passenger to another scheduled trip. Yes, that is the module. We do this screens. Yeah, see, we select that one is in the same one, same bus. We're going to make a sample application. No worries, just look at it. And this one is from one trip to another trip. All right, as we have mentioned before, we have completed the preliminary quick look at this system, get a better understanding. Now we are watching the actual program screen. Now we are going over that one. So as I explained here is the menu, the main menu. When you first log in, you'll be facing this screen first. Then if you want to open the ticket counter module, you click on this one. These are the shortcut, the frequently used one. You can transfer frequently used one from this manual things. So this part can be elaborated if it's required anytime after this introduction. Okay, now we are on the ticket counter module, the one the counter clerk is using. Okay, what do we have here? Is, you see, this one is your authorized point of contact. So not everyone is able to reach anyone. So authorization configuration is very serious. Okay, and this one is the date that you want to retrieve the trips available for that day. And you can even say, let's say, from December 3rd and following 3 days. How the internet is not upset us. Okay. Yeah, here you go. So day by day with different colors. You can sort by the time or the destination. So Ankara, Mersin, Istanbul, whatever. So now we are working on the trip, December 3, 7:30 p.m. to Istanbul. This is the summary of transactions. We have no reservation, no sales. There is no one we need to pick up from the road or minibus intercity delivery. Not yet. So when we select this one, the trip, so this is the summary information related to trip. So we can see this trip is from Malatya to Istanbul, Esenler, and the initial set-off is from here, from Malatya, because sometimes the initial set-off is from Malatya, but you're an agent, you're a counter clerk on next stop. Okay, so that is your place, is Malatya, and your time of set off, same. Okay, these are the buttons you're going to use to make this operations, the processes. And the most upper right one, this is the most right one, outer right part, is a virtual visualization of the bus of this trip. You see, all is empty now. So this gray seats marked is not available, especially after COVID-19 measures. So they have to decrease the number of passengers. So those seats are not available. Physically is there, but not available to sell. Okay, now let's say we selected the number 13 and we would like to make, and this button is red color, is for female passengers, and the blue one is for male passengers. Although personally I'm against that discrimination. So this one is reservation, males and female, and this one is sales for female and male. That's it. So this button is after. So let's see related recent information about that seat, as there is nothing yet. So we select a number 13. I don't know why I'm touching 13 again. Okay, let's make a reservation. Unfortunately, I'm in Kampala and I'm connecting with a GSM. Sorry. There we go. It's coming. Yep. So and my destination. I want to get this the bus station. As you see, some fields are red colored, as we mentioned in the previous introduction. These are mandatory information. So this is option. That means you're going to hold this reservation until this time, or we have to give your contact information. I don't have a Turkish number though. Here we go. Done. Boom. Yeah. Come on. Yep. Are you see? Light blue. That means reservation for a male passenger. Here we go. It is here. So let's say we want to make some change. Huh? We select the seat again. As we say, the first step is always selecting the seat, because all the transaction is happening per the seat. Boom. Yep, there we go. Here's the screen. We make modifications for reservations. Nothing yet. Okay, or if you want to cancel, it's here. All right. Now let's make a sale. Okay. Anyway, let's go over this part. This part is another frequently used menu. So if we want to change the seats inside the same vehicle, same trip, we use this menu from, let's say, 13 to 16, and we transfer. Or can again you can transfer to another trip. Yeah.